Can you dead fish it to me?
You're goddamn right I can dead fish it to you.
Can you slap that dead fish over here?
I'm going to slap that dead fish.
Give me that dead fish.
Right in your hand.
You're not listening.
You want this dead fish?
Right now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, can you stick it out for me?
You ready to get dead fish?
Stick it out I can grab onto it.
Are you ready to get dead fish?
I've been ready.
Are you super ready to get dead fish?
Oh my God.
Ow.
Give me.
Are you ready?
Your dead fish.
That's
so awkward.
Are the Kardashians recyclable? And if they go swimming, is that technically littering? Like if they go swimming in the ocean, is that littering?
Is plastic recyclable?
I don't know.
Right? Because I feel like sometimes, this fucking plant right here, I feel like sometimes you can recycle
some
plastic bottles and then some you can't.
But like there's some single-use water bottles that you can't recycle.
It says not recyclable.
So that is a very...
Good question.
It's a good question because the Kardashians are so plastic. But what kind of plastic is it? Recyclable, not recyclable if they swim in the ocean like I said?
Do you think they would sink? Or they would
float.
They would float. I mean, that's what I meant.
Float.
That's what I meant.
Go ahead and comment. Answer that question if you want to. We're trying to figure it out right now. What's up? It's the Fresh Till Death podcast.
Welcome.
It's kind of the mix of the Fresh Till Death podcast and podcast today because we didn't post a Fresh Till Death podcast yesterday because it was Memorial Day, so we took the day off, which we don't normally do, but we decided, why not? Let's take a day off and relax and have a bunch of sex. And we relaxed.
And had no sex.
And had zero sex. So we didn't post the podcast yesterday, so today we're doing the Fresh Till Death podcast, which is also going to be an audio version on iTunes. Make sure to rate, review, comment, and subscribe. iTunes and on YouTube. The Fresh Till Death podcast, the normal one, comes out on Mondays, unless it's Memorial Day and we're not having sex.
And not doing it.
And the Fresh Till Death podcast every single Tuesday only on YouTube, and the Jubal Show podcast every single Wednesday, iTunes, YouTube, rate, review, comment, and subscribe. Why did we ask about the Kardashians being plastic? Because that's just one of the many questions that we'll try to answer on today's podcast. We're going to smoke here in a second. Mm-hmm. What are we smoking today? We're
going to smoke Solstice. We've smoked this before, but I like Solstice because it's a hybrid of CBD and THC, and I think it's really important to talk about CBD, even though, it's different than THC, but CBD can help with a lot of things like anxiety and like depression and mood and things like that.
I take a CBD supplement to sleep before bed, and I've been sleeping my ass off.
Yeah.
I've been I normally am up a lot during the night or early in the morning, but today I woke up and it was almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know, but it feels like I'm getting better sleep.
Yeah, that's good. But there's a lot of benefits of CBD, and there's actually like specialists of CBD who you can meet with, and you can talk about what your symptoms are and what you feel like you need help with, and they can put like a mix together for you.
Yeah.
So it's important to get like the right dosage for your needs.
Yes.
So definitely look into it or talk to a bud tender. But we're gonna smoke Solstice. So today we are going to post right now on our story
on Instagram,
and we're gonna say the first 5 questions that come in. We're gonna answer them no matter what.
Yeah.
So we're gonna post that right now, and then we're gonna smoke.
And then we're going to talk about the Kardashians being plastic for a second.
And then we're going to go back and see if we got any questions.
Yeah.
And then we're going to answer those.
So right now we're posting a thing and it says, first 5 questions to come in will be answered on today's podcast, no matter what. So be creative. We have to say that because people like to ask me the same questions over
about the radio.
They ask me radio questions and they're all the same questions.
We just say no matter what, unless it's about the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to post it.
All right, I'm going to
post it. And then you post it
as well. Okay. I have posted it.
Okay.
So we're going to post it, smoke, and
smoke Solstice.
See what comes in.
I guess if they do ask about the radio, then we're just going to have to say the first 5 questions, not about the radio.
Or if it's an interesting question about the radio, I'd answer it. I don't know if there would be, though, because there never is.
I literally do this every single time.
You forgot something to ash on?
Yes, every single time.
Why don't you just ash on the table?
I'm going to.
These are nice.
I don't even have an ashtray. But I don't ever bring anything to ash in, ever.
So if you're listening to today's podcast on just the iTunes, Alex has lit up the pre-roll from Solstice. And so we're going to smoke that. Why don't we just talk about the Kardashian thing while we smoke until we answer the question? So if you haven't seen Khloe Kardashian, should explain it.
It's Khloe's week.
Smoke. So you started smoking, I'll smoke.
Well, Khloe just, to me, I feel like just changed her hair color. So these few pictures that she posted, several days ago came out. And she looks a lot different, but it's because she's been blonde and short hair for a long time. But when they change their hair color and length, they look a lot different, And it's just like, to me, it wasn't shocking. Like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, wow, that's like a really, to me, touched up photo.
The annoying thing about this, I took one hit and I already feel like what the fuck? My tolerance never gets better. Actually, I feel like it gets worse.
Yeah, it does get worse.
What I was saying was, I hate how gossip magazines, this will be a fun podcast.
Okay.
Because I like it when we just talk when we're stoned and ramble on about things.
But you gotta smoke though.
Sorry, I stopped.
You gotta smoke though.
Okay. I'm gonna smoke. Whenever a celebrity gets a new haircut though.
Stop it.
They always just like shocking news, like so-and-so got a new haircut. And
she
like
did look
breaking
different.
News. She did look different.
But it's because she's had blonde short hair.
But then you look at the photos, because people were sharing photos of, and if you didn't keep up on this, congratulations that you didn't keep up on this, but we saw it all throughout Memorial Day weekend. There was all these memes being shared of Khloe Kardashian and how different she looks, and just like her whole face is just chiseled even. Like her jawline is chiseled. They all look so different from what they came from, and like the popular meme that everybody says is, you're not
ugly, you're just poor.
You're just poor, and it is true. Like they have changed themselves so much. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised. Like, it's weird to me because Kanye West's mom died of a plastic surgery. It was like a breast reduction or breast.
Yeah, it was a reduction. I'm pretty sure
she was doing something with. It was
a reduction. Yeah.
Yeah, like cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, but she I don't know if she had like health issues or whatnot.
But that's what made me nervous, though. If you're married to Kim Kardashian, who's going under.
She's already had all of her surgery done before she married him and stuff. But
she did. I mean,
she still is. But yeah, for the most part, like they've chiseled enough away to where I think that they like it. But what I'm like thinking is, think about Kylie. She's the youngest one. She's like 22.
She's the makeup one, right?
Yeah, I don't know, young 20s, and she's had so much work done. I think about her even in her 40s, what she's gonna look like. It's kind of crazy to think about. Like, what is it going to do to her because of all like the plastic that's in her body?
She started doing plastic surgery young.
Very young.
So, yeah, by the time she's 40,
like it's going to be
your body things change on your body so much in that from like 20 to 40.
It's going to be interesting to watch them develop as they get older.
You'll literally be able to see like the plates in her bones and things that they put
bizarre.
Screws.
But Kylie's ass is also bizarre. Like, I mean, the before and after pictures of their bodies from before, because I used to keep up with the Kardashians for a very long time. And I mean, a long time.
You still do keep up with them.
You can't not.
You don't
they're
watch
everywhere.
the show, but you keep up with, you do.
They're everywhere. The only person that I follow is Kourtney and Khloe, though. Like, I don't follow Kim. I don't follow any of the rest.
But
I don't follow Kylie.
We're in bed or whatever, and you're
they're
on
everywhere.
your phone, I'll just hear, I can't believe she did that to me. And I'm like, oh, it's a Kardashian clip?
Well.
Did she really hit me?
So Khloe, I mean, obviously looks very different, but they all do. And I think that Khloe is very pretty. Yeah. I do. I don't think that just, because she's got a lot of plastic surgery, she's ugly. Like, it's ugly. No, I think she looks really pretty.
Yeah, but
and that's up to her. Yeah, she did. It's up to her if she wants to change her body and to make herself feel better.
It's just funny how much they've changed.
Kylie's ass, though. If you look at the before picture of her ass, there's a before picture of her ass when she was standing in Dash, which is Kim and Khloe and Kourtney's clothing store in Calabasas. I mean, they have other ones, but it was in Calabasas. Kylie was standing like at the register in these like green overalls, and it's like her backside, and it's literally like she was skinny. She was a teenager at the time. I mean, she had no ass. And then all of a sudden, like, you go to her Instagram and you look at her ass. I mean, it is like literally so freaking huge.
Yeah.
You know, not it just looks not normal and in proportion. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Fake
but
ass.
Look at the before picture and the after picture of freaking Kylie. We'll post it for you.
All right, I'll put it on the video right now. If you're listening to this on iTunes,
you're gonna have to go to YouTube and find this part.
Go check it out on the YouTube because
it's insane.
I'll put a picture of her ass before right now
also,
and then after right now.
You know, when I used to keep up the Kardashians a lot and noticed that they started to do plastic surgery because I watched them before they started plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing them get plastic surgery and I would follow them and be like, wow, they have to take like a week or two off from working to recover from these surgeries. Like, it's interesting to think about that, you know, like how many times they've had to do that. Like, they can't work during
How do they just disappear though?
Because they can do it easily. They have
a lot of that.
They can do it easily with their team. Like, they could, you know.
So they'll just have like, because they don't have to post. Does they post pictures and things nonstop?
It's not them.
What I'm saying is though, they have so many that like they can be gone for 2 weeks. You'd never know because they have stuff that looks new.
So then over the years, you start seeing like the pictures of before they changed whatever on their face. And then when they started posting pictures of after the surgery, and then it's like throughout like the next like 6 months, they'll still post pictures from before the surgery. Right. So you can see like, you know, and then all of a sudden like there's a point where like it just stops being older pictures so because they don't have, you know.
There's a point where it's just flat ass, flat ass, flat ass, flat ass, flat ass, flat ass, flat ass. And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom, she has a huge ass. And it's like, it's not like.
No, there was a point.
Transition.
Yes, there was a point where it was like small to big. Yeah. But then it's gotten like, from that point, from small to big, it's gotten to like, from small to like enormous. Yeah. So she's had several Kim and Kylie and Khloe had several butt surgeries.
Do they try to do their surgeries like slowly? Like, because they know people are watching them, they're like, okay, so I can't have
I think it's just a health risk.
Ass. Huh?
I think it's a health risk to do it that big at once.
Oh, like doctors will be like, yeah, you can go, like if you were doing a breast thing, because I don't know, there's no cup sizes for butts. Although with the way that butt implants are going, there probably will be a cup size now for your cheeks.
I can't put this out anywhere.
No?
Yeah, it's okay.
Like if you wanted to go, like if you went to the doctor to get a breast enlargement, right? Uh-huh. And you were like, I want K's. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
It's D double D. Is there a triple D?
Yes, there is.
Is there a triple D?
There is. So and then there's an F, and there's G's.
And you can go to all the alphabet.
I don't know.
Is there Z titties?
Probably, but
triple Z's. That would be the biggest tit.
Triple Z's.
That'd be the biggest cup size. Triple Z's.
No, I think there's like quadruple D's and like things like that.
What?
I think there's like things like that.
I mean, if you're a quadruple D.
I don't understand that large of boobs because I don't have that body style.
But if you're like, I want K's. You're like, I want triple K's. I want racist titties.
I want KKKs. Oh my, I want racist titties. What the fuck?
KKK.
That's fucking weird.
But if you want a triple K's, right?
Okay, I don't want triple K's.
I know.
And I wouldn't want racist boobies. Just to make that clear.
No.
For you mommy bloggers out there.
No racist boobies.
God damn it.
No, you don't want them. That's just what the size is called because it's
KKK.
It's triple K cup size.
Got it. KK.
All right. So, if you wanted though like that major cup size like that, and you're going from what you have to that, your doctor would probably be like, you have to ease into that, right? There's no way they could give you like a K tit. Like
I don't think it's physically possible for me to go past a certain point, and I don't think it's there. So if it would physically be impossible for my skin to stretch a certain point. That's what I mean. So my doctor would be like, yeah, you can't go any larger than this.
And if you do want to go larger, you have to be like at a triple D for like 2 years so your skin can stretch.
I don't even know how much more it would stretch.
You don't think but I don't think like over time it wouldn't stretch more?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but like probably not. Well, yeah, probably.
How do they get so big? Like there's
there are some big old titties.
Yeah, there's people who have gotten like.
But like I don't have a lot of extra skin. You know, like I'm not a big
that's why they ease into it. That's why the butt goes slower because they have to like let it in there long enough for the skin to stretch out a little bit more to be able to put more into it to stretch.
Dr. Jubal.
I think I don't know, but I think I just figured out how to do plastic surgery right here on the podcast.
You did. You should be board certified. You can do mine. No, I'd get a Brazilian butt lift, but I wouldn't get implants. A Brazilian butt lift, you'd get like fat. Which I don't really have much of like besides my legs.
Yeah.
And like underneath my arms a little bit.
Right.
And then get it shoved in your ass and I wouldn't put implants
use
in.
fat from your own body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do like a butt lift, but I would not I will not put an implant in my body, and I can say that for sure. No matter what, no matter where.
Because they got the implant illness.
I won't put an implant
like
anywhere in my body.
I feel like
they are going to get super sick at one point.
They have to feel terrible. Because
they do.
If you look at all the implant illness that goes around.
I don't know if they do, but.
Yes, they definitely
They
do.
fucking feel like shit.
And they definitely
all
do.
of them feel like shit because of all of the implants they have in their body. Like, there's just
you would think, I mean, with
at a
all
certain
that
point,
plastic in your body, you gotta start feeling bad.
And if not now, at a certain point, I feel like they will.
You. Yeah, because it's not natural to have that in your body, and there are people who've gotten really sick from implants.
Your body tries to fight it off because it's a foreign object.
Yeah.
But
oh, should we get to the questions now?
Let's see if he needs to come in.
Damn, we smoked a lot of that. We smoked like the whole thing.
Yeah, almost.
I'm hungry too now.
Are you?
Yeah. All right. Are you looking up your questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look up.
Okay, I got some.
I haven't even opened up the app yet. That's how slow I'm moving. All right. And
how many have you gotten? Because we'll pick the first 5 between the two of us.
How do I see it? How do I see it?
Go to your story and then swipe up.
How do I see if I got questions?
Okay, let me see.
Well, you know how.
Yeah, I'm on mine right now, and I went to it quick. What the? That is really weird. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Anytime we've done these question things, because we'll do it. We'll post a story. We talked about this beforehand. We'll post a story, right? And nobody cares to ask me questions. But when you do, you get so many questions. They don't really.
That's so bizarre.
They don't really engage on mine.
Maybe you have no questions.
I don't have any questions.
I think that's why.
That's why. I have no questions yet.
Okay, well.
Oh my God. Well, go to yours because nobody gives.
Okay, but one's about the radio, so 3 questions.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's the first one.
Why are they asking you about the radio? That's really funny.
When will he be back on radio?
Oh gosh.
Okay, Dakota M. Glessner. Don't hate me if I said it wrong, because I say names wrong all the time. Said, favorite weird thing about Jubal that you'd miss if he didn't do? And then you can say the same thing about me.
Okay.
So favorite weird thing about Jubal that I'd miss if he didn't do would be his commentary all day long. Between the two of us, like how we make up stories.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you just randomly start making up a story and I go along with it.
Oh, yeah,
and we just have like
I'll just say weird stuff.
All day long. All day long.
I do like how you just, you'll like, because I'll say some stupid scenario that I say is true, or even just joke with you about something and be like, yeah, you love it when I do that. And you're like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we go back and forth, literally all day long.
Yeah, that's fun.
I would definitely miss that if you didn't do that.
Yeah. I would miss the fact that you do that with me. Like, it's fun to do together, so.
And like, we have some really funny conversations.
Some people can't do that shit, and they won't. They'll be just like, that's weird. Why are you talking like that?
Some of the funniest things that I've ever laughed at with you have been because of that. Like,
yeah, me too. Funniest weird thing.
Didn't you just answer that though?
Oh yeah.
Like, do you have another one?
I am stoned.
Okay, so the second one is Allie underskills Hills. Okay, Allie Allie.
Man, I'm really stoned from that weed, by the way.
Allie _Hills. Say that 5 times.
Allie _Hills.
Why is it so hard?
Allie _Hills. Hello, my name's Allie
Hills.
Nice.
Allie Hills asked.
Allie Hills is the name.
Do you want to read it in that? What Allie Hills skills asked? I say skills.
Sure. Hello, my name is Allie Hills.
My question is
from the _Hillses from Cincinnati,
Ohio.
You might know my father, Brett Hills.
Brett skills.
You know, he had a monocle and a top hat. He sort of looked like the Monopoly guy. Anyway, my name is Allie Hills, and what is the craziest conspiracy theory that you think has some validity to it? Good day.
Oh man, Allie should not have asked this question.
You don't want to go down that road with Alex. She's got a lot of you keep up on conspiracy theories, and some you believe, some you don't.
I don't make up conspiracy theories. I want to make that clear.
Say you didn't
I know,
make them up.
but I'm just telling them.
You pay attention though. But
I do.
Look, whether you believe some or not, it's always an interesting thing to see the conspiracies that are out there.
And
because some you're like, that is so fake. Like, there's some where you're like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
But also, good job making up that theory. Because, like, how did you get from point A to point B? And then there's some where they explain their theory and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That could actually be a thing.
What scares me, though, is people spend time researching and connecting the dots. You know, especially with the government and other agencies that work with the government and fake news. I'm like, is there anywhere, like, you cannot trust Google. I'm sorry, you cannot trust Google. You can't Google something and find the correct answer because they will show what you want or what they want you to see.
They go by the algorithms based on, there's an algorithm to it, I think, based on what you look at, but also as far as news goes, people can pay to have their search, their whatever they want. They're like the SEO, the search engine optimization. Yeah. So you can say, there's a bad news story coming out about you or something.
Yep.
And then you're like, well, I don't want anybody to see the bad news, so I'm going to make sure that bad news goes on the 17th page search. So they really got to dig to find it.
Right.
I'm going to pay for these keywords to be at the top.
Exactly.
The good stuff. So it's like if you don't put in the work, you see 5-10 good stories in a row, you're like, oh, I don't know, must be fake news.
You'll type in, is Ellen a monster? And what will come up is, Ellen donated to Los Angeles Children's Hospital.
Exactly.
So they'll post what they want you to see, whoever they are.
Because they pay for it.
You cannot trust Google. I'm sorry, you can't. So I'm like, is there anywhere like a deep, not dark, a deep web search engine that we can use to find just a real news story? But that can be altered too.
Yeah. Like if you type in, is Ellen a monster? Is there a search engine out there that will just bring up, is Ellen a monster? No matter what.
No, Ellen's a human.
But I mean, like, it'll bring those words up, right? So, because Google doesn't do that. It looks for different things.
It does.
You can pay for things. Because you can search something and something completely opposite will come up. Completely opposite.
So,
right?
Politics and the government?
Yeah. So, you search something, you get something completely different. What? Why isn't there a search engine that just gives you what you search for? No matter what it is. So you can't really trust news sites on the internet because anything can be fake news. Even the biggest news companies are posting fake news, and they're not validating what they're posting. They'll show pictures of people together at the beach talking about they're not social distancing, and the picture will be from 4 years ago. But the conspiracy theory, even though there's just a lot of information on it, I guess people would call it a conspiracy theory because I don't know why. It's Bill Gates just creating vaccines, and who knows what he's putting into them and what they're going to do to humans and what he wants to do to humans and what he'll do with information that he gets from it and why he's even involved when he's not a doctor. There's a lot of people talking about that.
And he's friends with Fauci, and Fauci's on his board. The Gates Foundation, it's just fucked up politics and people doing shady stuff, and it's because he has money. And so, I can only imagine.
Does he want to take over the world?
I couldn't.
If that conspiracy theory is true, right? If that's true, why? This is how I look at conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think that Bill Gates, he has a couple agendas. He wants the world to be less populated, number one.
Okay.
And he's verbally talked about it.
Why would he want that?
Ooh,
I can tell you why.
Why?
I can tell you why he would want that. And this is
global warming?
Conspiracy theories start. I'll tell you why he would want that, because how they're trying to document people with the one world chip or whatever it is, thing. What's it called?
Yeah,
Global,
Agenda 21.
Yeah, 20, whatever. ID
21. ID
2020. By the way, if you're not into conspiracy theory stuff and you don't know what this stuff is, you're going to have to Google it, because I don't want to
ID 2020. Google ID 2020.
And it's some kind of tracking thing for people, right? They're saying it's global identification. So they're saying that if you go and look at their stuff, they're saying that it's a way for anybody to be recognized anywhere in the country or the world,
globally.
Anywhere in the world. Anywhere you go, your ID, everything will
your bank information,
you'll have
your passport,
you'll have everything.
Your vaccination report, everything.
So they say it though. They say it as it's a good thing. If I'm in France and I
lost my passport,
and I fall down and I knock my head and I don't even know who I am anymore, and I go to the doctors, and they're like, oh,
yeah, I know who the fuck you are.
I'm in France. They're like, oh, and I go, well, I don't know where I am, sir. You know, and I'm like, and they're like,
let me just scan your finger,
sir. Scan you, and then they're like, oh, we know exactly who you are. Would you like a baguette? So they say that's a good thing though, and that would be a good thing. Like if you needed to prove identification and prove who you were in a different country, that is a great thing. But they say it's like a technological advancement, right? Mm-hmm. Well, it's also probably a way to make money and market and get information on people and all that other stuff. Well, if you make the world's population less, now there's less people you need to sign up for that. And then once you get everybody signed up for that in the whole world, now you can know everything about anybody, anywhere.
He already does.
But yeah, already they do. But then you really run the world. Like then you take over the world.
Yeah.
Because you have everybody's everything.
I do feel
so that's why he would want to lessen the population.
It's being tested right now.
People to do that.
It makes sense. It's being tested right now in other countries for volunteers. You know. Yeah. And I do feel like actually, this is a crazy conspiracy that I think that has validity.
This is a great question for somebody to ask on the podcast, by the way.
It is a great, but it's important because I've been doing a lot of research.
We should just do a podcast one time. Sorry to interrupt you.
Again?
Huh?
Again.
What?
You just always interrupt me.
I know. I'm sorry.
You do.
I'm sorry.
A lot.
I don't mean to, but we should do a podcast sometime where me and you just make up crazy conspiracy stories. Conspiracy stories.
Maybe you should speak like that for the rest of the podcast.
Crazy. Okay, I can definitely do that. So we should
a lisp?
Yeah, so we should do a podcast where we come up with crazy conspiracy theories. But stoned. Because we always really go down these crazy roads when we're stoned, like we're doing right now. So anyway, back to your point was.
Okay,
and I'm really sorry to interrupt you.
Along with, just Bill Gates and this whole vaccine, getting back to my point, I guess, my original point.
Yes, the original point.
Is mandatory, everybody having to get the coronavirus vaccine. That scares the shit out of me because no vaccine is mandatory. There's like a mandatory list for like schools and stuff unless you have like religious reasons to not get your kids vaccinated.
Yeah.
So if they're going to say that we have to get this coronavirus, which they've talked about, Fauci, Gates, and who saying that it's a great thing. It's a great thing to get this, but we'll have a certificate. Bill Gates says we'll have a certificate saying either we've had the coronavirus or we have the vaccine for the coronavirus. Like,
he's gone on record of saying that?
Yes, he's gone on record. There's a video that I watched of him saying it.
There's an actual video of him saying it?
An actual video. Google it.
Okay, so that's how
There's an actual video posted of him. And
that's exactly how I approach the fake news thing. You got to look for it and see if you can find the actual video.
Why the actual fuck is Bill Gates recommending that every single person gets a fucking vaccine? Who are you to tell somebody else in this free country? So I'm actually very scared about where we're at right now and where we're going to be in the next year as a country
so there you go.
And a world.
That's
fucking thanks, Allie.
That's a conspiracy.
Thank you.
Thanks
for asking that question.
Higginsworth or whatever her name is.
Allie Hills. Allie Skills. Oh, guess what? I got 3 more.
Oh, damn. You want to see if I got any?
See if you got any. I just have to give a shout out to Lloyd and Shorty because they commented and said, "What happened to Jubal on the radio? LOL. I am so sorry I had to." Don't answer that.
That's really funny.
But
I have 0 questions.
How? What?
Dude, there's one reply.
This doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe my thing's messed up or something. By the way, I'm super stoned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Really?
Because I don't get stoned, really, I feel like. Okay. Hustle Good 123
Hustle Good. Okay.
What do Fresh family know about India? Please discuss.
Huh. That's actually a good question. That's creative. I mean, I didn't think when we did this anybody would ask us what we know about India.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know enough about India. I know a little bit based on conversations I've had with friends that have been to India.
So what do you know?
Well, I know they got a lot of people.
They do.
I know that the poverty versus rich level is very bad. At least that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
From even a cartoon. We're talking about a cartoon. My friend, he went there.
Yep.
And he was telling us all about how, how broke everybody is, how poor it is, how much poverty it is, and how there's like rich people that can kind of do whatever they want. Like he was talking about how he was like, giving some rich dude there a tattoo, like a Prince type guy, and like he's just driving up on the beach wherever he wants, doing whatever he wants, and it's like they can do basically anything if you're rich. Crazy. And then the poor people, it's so poor.
It's so
That's
sad.
what I've heard.
Yeah, he was saying that it's like the worst place that he's ever seen.
Yeah, he said it was like awesome and fun, but also the worst place
and
he's
saddest.
ever seen.
It was just like I couldn't, the stories that he was saying and how people live. It's just so sad to think about.
Yeah,
you know.
So I know that there's a lot of people that struggle. They're struggling over there probably because there's so many people and everything else.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know. I know that I love Indian food.
I know that I don't, but that's not. But I mean, I don't like any food, so I like American food, and I'm not racist, so don't.
Yeah, no, but she just really doesn't like.
I just like burgers and fries and pizza. That's Italian. I like it. You know, actually, my favorite food's Italian. So.
That's because she's actually Italian.
But for some reason, I just really don't like Indian food. I don't like
a lot of people
sushi.
Don't.
I hate sushi. I would eat Indian food before sushi.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Indian food. Have you had Ethiopian food?
I don't think so.
Oh, Ethiopian food is good.
But
Ethiopian food is really good.
Do you like Cuban food?
Lots of goat.
Ew. That's nasty.
You want to eat some goat?
No, Ethiopian food, I do feel like I wouldn't like either, though.
You wouldn't like it, I know. No. You wouldn't.
I don't like seafood. I just am so picky.
I'm the least picky.
He doesn't like black olives, though. Which I do.
Fuck black olives.
I like
those things are
black
only
olives,
good. Black
but no
olives,
other olives.
Black olives are only good for putting on your fingers. That's it. Other than that,
and then eating them off.
No, fuck that. You put them on your fingers and you bust them through and then flick them off and whatever.
No.
Because they have no value other than being finger puppets. Black olives' only value in life is being finger puppets.
That was number 4?
Yeah.
Number 4? Okay, this is the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the last question because I also still don't have any questions on mine.
I sent you one though, so
it says one. It does say one, but I can't find where it is.
I responded from yours and mine, so you should have too. So I don't know what it is.
What? Okay, something's wrong with my
something's really weird.
Story.
But we'll check it later because you've done it before and you have it like that.
And I have gotten questions before. Yeah, you can see it before. So something's messed up with my Instagram right now.
Yeah, definitely something's messed up. He's gotten questions. His Instagram's just messed up.
You think that's what it is? Obviously something's wrong.
Something's wrong because.
So here's the thing, and I guarantee this. I have 88,000 plus followers.
You guarantee you have at least 88 questions.
Yeah. At least, if you're gonna do the math,
at least the ratio. That's like 1%. At least 1%.
At least 1% is gonna ask me questions. So I have 8,000 questions, but the problem is, I can't see them right now because I know exactly why. I know what happened. What? I do. So I have such a huge following on Instagram that I asked a question and it just boom all at once.
You broke the internet.
I broke the internet.
That's
why
happens.
I don't have any questions. That's why I don't have any questions on my Instagram story. Also, did you hear me squeak when I was
I did.
I squeaked.
It was like a little kitty cat or something.
Oh shit! All right.
Last and final question because he got none. So I got 7 and 2 are for the radio, and so it's perfect.
That is perfect because I would have got there's like 88,000 radio questions all coming at once to my inbox right now.
That's why you broke it. Yeah. So we're gonna have to hit up Instagram later.
Oh my god.
It's just broke.
It's just broken. I'm sorry.
You've gotten a ton of questions. You haven't gotten none.
I'm sorry.
You don't have the goose egg in there. You definitely have a lot.
I'm so sorry. I broke social media today.
Like if I got 7 questions, you at least have to have
4 million.
At least. So, last and final question is from Miss Kirstine.
Man, I'm stoned.
You know Miss Kirstine.
Oh yeah, she comments on the stuff, right?
Yeah.
On the podcast all the time.
She said, most embarrassing moment for the both of you.
Oh, wow. That's such a hard question for me.
Me too, because I've been embarrassed so many times.
Mine's the opposite. I don't get embarrassed.
I do. There's been I've been in just really super embarrassing moments, and it's because I'm introvert and I get really embarrassed easily.
Yeah.
I do.
But I'm an introvert too, but I don't get embarrassed easily.
You're you're an entertainer, which that's what you set out to be
as a child,
opposed to me.
So that's what I've always wanted to do.
Never in a million years would have thought that. So you've put yourself in a lot of situations. It's different. Even though you're introvert, you're not easily embarrassed. You're an entertainer.
I also don't care. Yeah, I don't. That's something nothing really embarrasses me.
But I don't really get embarrassed anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like things don't embarrass me anymore. But growing up, and a lot through my 20s, I would get embarrassed of things. So one of the most embarrassing moments of my life was when I have really bad allergies. seasonal allergies, and I sneeze a lot, and it's just like 2 times a year for like a month straight, my allergies are just like very severe. And it was the springtime. I was in Michael's, the craft store, and I was with my best friend Maria at the time, who I had a crush on her brother. And
you told me this
he
story.
worked at Michael's, and he was like talking to me and her, like we walked in, it was, you know, a nice day, and we went and visited him, and he said something funny, or apparently that I thought was funny, and I laughed so hard that like snot came out of my nose. And then he started cracking up like so hard at me, and he thought it was the funniest thing, and it was the most embarrassing thing. I was traumatized, and like Maria was laughing, and I just felt like an idiot. And like if that happened now, like
you wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care, but I literally like will like and like if I don't have a tissue around, like I'll just like, I just have such bad allergies that I can just snot anywhere, you know. Like, so
yeah. But that would be embarrassing though, like in front of your crush, especially when you're younger.
Yeah, I was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have bad allergies too, and I've had snot fly out of my nose. It's a really uncomfortable situation. Really uncomfortable. I remember, this didn't embarrass me though, but I remember I was like at an event, like a suit event, you know, like a nice event, and I'm talking to a bunch of dudes, like a bunch of older guys, because like I'm, you know, like I'm at like a business function.
Yeah.
And I'm a young, tattooed, whoever the fuck. And these are all old, gray-haired, whatever. And I sneezed, right? This is after I shook hands and everything. But I sneezed, and they're like, bless you. And then I look down, and all over my hand is just snot. And like on my, like there was so much snot like on my hand and on my...
And you didn't realize that you snotted out your nose?
And I didn't know. Ow. I didn't know that I did. I'm just talking to them. I'm like, ugh. And you know that they had to have seen the snot. They had to. If there was a big ball of snot on somebody's hand and they didn't know it, wouldn't you be looking at that like, holy shit?
Thank God.
They have a ball of snot, but they don't even know.
I hope that once quarantine is over, people will just continue to not shake hands and hug. I would love that. You know, let's just stop the handshaking. We don't need a... We realize that we can do it. It is awkward at first. Like, oh yeah, oh shit, we can. But now we all got used to it. No handshaking, no hugs.
Why handshake anyway? It's an old thing. Like, it's like...
I don't want to shake your hand. I
don't really like shaking people's hands
That's something great that can come out of coronavirus. Stop the handshaking.
I agree.
Great.
I definitely agree. Let's stop the handshaking because it transmits bacteria and everything else.
And like you jack off. A lot of people jack off.
Think about this. And I say this all the time because I mean it. Think about it. When it comes to handshaking, people masturbate nonstop. Some people masturbate in public, in bathrooms, you know? And then, so you could be at a function or you could be meeting people in business and they might have just jerked off and you're shaking their hand.
It's disgusting.
I don't like shaking hands either.
I don't.
You know, but everybody feels obligated to.
Yeah.
Where shaking hands came from is such an old tradition. You know why people shake hands, right?
No.
Okay. People shake hands. People shake hands because back in the day, you would show like your dominant hand basically, right? Because most people are right-handed, right? So you would show your right hand, so your sleeve, so you knew there was no weapons under your sleeve.
You know how weird it'd be like if people shook left-handed? You know, like we're both left-handed.
I know, it's really hard. It's hard to shake left-handed. It is.
Hey, mate. You know, I learned in 7th grade, my teacher, her name was Miss Johnson.
Stop doing that. We did it like 4 times back and forth and it was so awkward.
I just want to feel like the difference. Like, it's so awkward.
It does. It is awkward.
She taught the class, and I'll never forget this, that you need to shake with like a strong handshake, you know?
Firm.
Like a firm handshake. And she's like, you don't want to just shake hands and like it'll just be like a limp handshake. And I always remember that. Like, if it's overly hard, like don't do that. Yeah. But if it's under hard, like if it's soft, it's like I was gonna say dead fish. Like, it's very awkward for the other person who like has a grip on your hand. So please stop that, especially if you're a male, because it's beyond. Can you dead fish it to me?
You're goddamn right. I can dead fish it to you.
Can you slap that dead fish over here?
I'm gonna slap that dead fish.
Give me that dead
right
fish.
In your
You're
hand.
not listening.
You want this dead fish
right now?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Can you stick it out for me?
You ready to get dead fish?
Stick it out so I can grab onto it.
Are you ready to get dead fish?
I've been ready.
Are you super ready to get dead fish?
Oh my God.
Ow.
Give me.
Are you ready?
Your dead fish.
That's so awkward.
I'll do it now. I'll dead fish it to you. I'll dead fish it.
Dead fish handshakes. Oh my God.
I'll dead fish it.
God.
Especially men. Okay, so
you're gonna dead fish it to me?
Yeah, I'm holding my dead fish out and you're not grabbing it. So it's like
no. I think a dead fish is worse. No. I don't know if a dead fish is worse when it's tossed to you or when it's...
But I also hate it with a woman. Like, when a female does it to me, I'm like, ew, bitch, stop. That's
Right.
literally my thought is, ew, bitch.
Yeah. And when a guy does it to me, my thought is, ew, bitch.
When a female,
It's definitely ew, bitch.
but when a male does it to me, I'm like, like
Yeah.
it's different. Like when a female does it to me, I feel like it's a condescending thing. When a
Yeah,
male,
that's true. That's absolutely true.
it's like, ew, I don't want to have to be shaking your hand, so you get this.
When a woman dead fishes you, it's like this.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you,
nice
fucking
to meet you.
cunt.
I don't even want to put in the energy.
So you just get my dead fish hand. That's how much you fucking are worthless, you cunt.
And when a man dead fishes you,
He's gay.
or creepy.
That's true. Or
he's a
a
fucking
serial
creep.
killer.
Yeah. So here, female dead fish, real quick. Oh yeah, nice to
fucking
meet you.
cunt.
I'll see you later. Right? I don't even have the energy for you. I
Who
don't
are
even
you?
have the energy.
Who the fuck are you?
I don't even have the energy to shake your hand.
I don't even know. I forgot your
Okay.
name already.
Now, male dead fish.
I'm gay.
Hi. My name's Sam. And then
And-
they just leave it out there.
Yeah, that's-
Or they like dead fish you for longer than normal handshake.
This is also the weird one. Is the
like the fingers go in pointed like
it's like
a finger,
like when you're like somebody talking too much,
Yeah.
and then, but it's just like a
finger handshake sort of. Hello.
And then it's weird when you like have to like adapt to their handshake, you know?
Yeah,
like
trying to-
it's like
oh
the
my
it's like the
God.
finger talking one handshake, and then it's like, oh wait, they're finger talking. Like this
Yeah.
one's a finger talker, so you gotta like.
You got to figure out how to go like if you're a normal firm-handed handshake
Or like
person.
normal,
That's
like
what
a
I mean.
normal firm.
Normal firm, not
Not like the aggressive
Hey, I'm
like
gonna
this.
dominate the
Like
fuck
this.
out of you with a handshake, bro.
yeah. yeah. Let me shake your arm around a little bit too. Oh my God, when people do that, it drives me nuts. And guys do it to guys all the
So
time.
this became like how to shake hands.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna be shaking hands anymore.
We're not gonna be shaking hands anymore, but this is why shaking hands sucks. All of this is why shaking hands sucks. Okay? Because like people like dudes will try to like dominate another guy based on a handshake, which is so dumb. You
Yeah.
know? And they do that. They like bear down and look in the eye, just like,
I could fucking wrap this hand around your neck if I wanted to, you little pussy. Look at
feel
my
my fucking
handshake.
grip
yeah,
right now?
my
Yeah.
name's Bob Jensen. Nice to fucking meet ya.
Also, side note, when men do that to me, it's also really weird. Like they're being like
they do
they're
that
just
to you too. Yeah, they
like
do it
just
to chicks
super
too.
aggressively, and
Yeah.
I'm like, ow, that fucking hurts. Stop. Like there's only
Yeah.
been a few times in my life, but some older men grab onto my hand where I feel like they're about
I
to
know.
break my bone.
They just try to dominate on the handshake, and it's so funny. And it's so funny because if you do it back, because I'll usually do it back. If they do that to me, I'm fucking giving it to you right back. You know, like
I'm done with that plant. It's still hitting me.
But if somebody does the authoritative, I'm gonna dominate you handshake, you know, sometimes people will just do a normal handshake back. Some people will be like,
Yeah.
and then I always give it to him back because I'm like, fuck you. And so like there's this like weird little tug of war with the hands when you do that, because you're just like, they're looking in your eye, you're looking in your eye, like, yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah,
I've
nice to
never
meet
done
you.
that before.
Yeah.
I've never tug a ward, but
that's what happens.
What that happens when a man does it to me, I just let go. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
You know?
But the worst thing is, if you know that the aggressive handshake's coming, right? Because some guys are cocks, and
Yeah.
you know, you can tell. You're like, this dude's gonna shake my hand in a second, and he's obviously got his chest puffed out, like he wants to fucking show off his testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna try to thug handshake me right now. He's gonna try to like fucking
Yep.
power over me. And so you're like, I'm ready for him though, because I'm gonna do the same thing back. I'm not gonna let this dude fucking dominate the handshake.
You pre-adapt a
and
handshake.
then you go in and you fuck up the timing a little bit, and you dead fish the strong hand, and you're like, fuck. Just
Really?
that happens sometimes, yeah, because like you're like, all right, and then like, you know, something will happen, you know,
That's funny.
because you know,
Yeah, it's like a missed high five.
yeah, exactly. It's like I'm gonna dominate you, you're gonna dominate me, and then it's like,
fuck,
my
that's
hand
awkward
tripped,
now.
and now I'm doing the little dead fish, and then. Actually, that's probably the perfect way to combat that. Instead of me trying to fight back from now on, if I know someone's about to give me the aggressive handshake, I'm going to creepy dead fish them back.
Dude.
They'll be like,
ugh. I just came up with a great idea.
Okay.
For the video we should do today,
Uh-huh.
all the type of different handshakes.
That is a great idea.
Great idea.
We will
We're gonna come out with a video today.
Yeah, we'll put a video out later today.
All the different handshakes.
All the different style of handshakes based on this conversation. So that'll be up later
Coming soon.
after the podcast.
Well, yeah.
Or before, after
That's
the
been
podcast.
bugging me as well.
My button's not completely
So-
button my hats. But so just to wrap up that whole conversation.
Adapting the handshakes is so interesting.
It is. To wrap up the whole handshake conversation, though, that's why they started shaking hands centuries ago, was like to show that they didn't have any weapons on them if they came for a meeting.
Well, thank you for the history lesson.
Why are we still doing that? Because nobody's coming in. We're no longer, is it like, in 4 days and 13 fortnights, we will be at your door to have a meeting about where we should draw boundary lines, right? You know, that's been, and then they're like, yes, please, here's a carrier pigeon. Come visit us and we will have a meeting about where we draw boundary lines. And then in that whole time, the 4 days and 14 fortnights or whatever, they're all together like, we're going to secretly kill these motherfuckers and take over their land, you know? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, they want to secretly kill us motherfuckers and take over our land, right?
Yeah.
And so they're prepared. And so then they get there and they're like, no weapons. See? Nice to meet you. We're just going to talk about boundaries. And here's where it gets tricky. You ready for it?
Magic?
No. I'm showing you my right hand, my dominant hand.
What is in your left?
Boom, I'm left-handed, motherfucker.
You are left-handed. You actually jerk off left-handed.
Yes.
Which is very like, I mean,
normal.
That's not normal. That's a talent.
Really?
I would say. Most guys jerk off right-handed. Yes.
But if they're right-handed, they're going to probably jerk off with their dominant hand, right?
Yeah,
Right hand. Yeah.
So you're left-handed and you jerk off with your left hand, and most men don't, so you're an anomaly.
Yes, and guess what? If you're shaking my hand...
And you're unique.
And I just jerked off, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Left
but
hand.
Most people don't. So if you shake Jubal's hand, you're lucky.
If you shake my hand, you're lucky.
You're fucking lucky if you shake his hand.
Right.
No dirty dick on his right hand.
No dirty dick on this hand.
But maybe on mine.
There might be a way.
Because I'm ambidextrous. You might be ambidextrous, though. You can do it both, but you're better at your left.
I can't. It's hard to do with the right. It feels so weird.
Yeah.
It really does.
Thanks for the info. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
So weird.
We're wrapping it up.
All right. For every.
It is just like an awkward, or like.
Here's the challenge. I'm issuing a Fresh to Death podcast challenge to all the dudes that check
Oh my
out
god,
the
a jerk
podcast.
off challenge.
Jerk off
With your opposite hand.
with your opposite hand. Let us know.
Make it a challenge.
Yeah.
The jerk off challenge.
The jerk off
You
challenge.
know how people only challenge.
Yeah. Here's the jerk off challenge.
Jerk off with your opposite hand. Challenge.
And then talk about how weird it is because it doesn't feel right.
I'm like thinking about like masturbating with my, non-dominant hand, and I feel like it would be weird.
Yeah, because even women.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a Fresh Till Death podcast challenge. Masturbate with your non-dominant hand.
Masturbate challenge. We came up with a masturbate challenge.
Yes, we have a masturbation
Jerk
challenge.
off challenge sounds better though.
Yeah. This is the Fresh Till Death podcast jerk off challenge. Masturbate with your non-dominant hand and let us know how weird it is.
Oh my god. We're gonna get like freaking reported or something.
Why?
I don't know.
There's nothing bad about that.
Yeah.
It's just, hey,
Yeah.
do it. I dare you to do it and comment and let us know if it was weird. It's weird.
Lloyd just texted me. The one that I just
Yep.
he texted me twice, but he said it was to me and Shorty, his wife. Do you pay the roof bill or do I? They called and it sounds like they didn't get paid. I don't think he meant to text me. So Lloyd, I don't know about that question. I
don't know.
Do you pay the roof bill or do I? That's a good question.
I don't know, but you know what I think? I think it needs to get paid.
I think someone needs to pay the
Somebody
bill.
pay that
Like
roof bill.
that roof needs to stay over the head.
That's so funny.
That's an interesting.
When you do that, when people do that to you, like they're meaning to text their significant other, and like you get it, it's so funny. Sometimes it's just like. It's hilarious to see those. You know, when someone's like you'll be texting with a friend and then you're like, can't wait to see you, I love you.
Yeah.
And then
or like you text an ex back on accident.
Oh God.
Or you text like your ex baby mom or dad back on accident and you meant to text like your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or like just like the wrong people.
Or the wrong person.
Or like, could you imagine if you're cheating on someone and you text your wife or your husband?
Oh shit.
And I could only imagine.
Like, it's happened.
And could you imagine like how many people got caught because of that?
I would love to see the screenshots for that.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
Yeah. Like it's like if I were to go to the store and then I'm like, okay, meet me in the back alley or whatever.
Oh my God.
You'd be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And then there's no way to play that off.
Yeah.
So
okay, I just left, meet me at Bartell's.
Yeah, something like that. People do that all the time, I bet.
Dude.
Oh my God, I would love
And they
to.
actually like, because they're just like, they're stoners too, or whatever. They're just like,
and that's just people just rush with text, you know,
for
like
sure,
so they pull up a text and they're like, they mean to they're
used to texting their significant other.
Yeah.
You know?
So they got the significant other and the side piece, right?
Yes.
And then the texts are like going back and forth because they're texting with the significant other, side piece, boom, 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 and then I grabbed that and I meant that for my wife, and then
guess what? Boom. And then they text a side chick or dude and are like, oh shit, I just texted that chick.
Yes, you know that happens.
Literally, and they're like, oh fuck. Just stay home, just stay there.
Yeah. Don't meet me. Don't meet me.
And then the person comes back in and they're like, no, I don't even know what that, like, I don't even know.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like, how do you even explain
now
that?
I don't even need to go to Bartels anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot I have some here.
And so it's like, you're telling me that you just left to go to Bartels, and then you texted about, okay, I just left, meet me at Bartels, and then you just magically remembered that you had it here at the house and didn't go to Bartels? I'm supposed to believe that?
And then a lot of girls are like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right. and they move on. And they stay with them.
Oh, yeah, like girls just buy into it? Like
No. They know that they're cheating. But they just don't say anything. Yeah.
Why?
But because they're scared.
Do you think that's more...
I think some girls
do you think it's more popular? Do you think it's more common for women to allow cheating than men?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been in situations where I've known someone's fucking around, you know? But I've been the same way. Like maybe it's if like the relationship's kind of over and you don't care anymore.
I just feel like I've heard so many girls talk about their man cheating and them staying with them. I've heard it so many. I feel like more than men staying with them.
I know a lot of dudes that have gotten caught cheating and their wives or girlfriends stay with them.
Literally, I feel like it's more. I feel like there's way more stories of women staying with men after they cheat than men staying with women after they cheat.
Yeah, getting caught for sure. Because like I feel like I don't hear a lot of stories of a woman gets caught cheating, which that's a double standard. A woman gets caught cheating and then the guys stay with them. Not usually. Usually the guys, you know, what you hear the most is that, but you hear a lot of women take dudes back when they cheat.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know how they can even look at that person anymore, like after they know that they just fucked someone else. But but for a man to think about their wife, you know, getting pounded by someone, I don't know how they can, you know, that's probably why they can't stay more than not.
They can't stop thinking about it.
But neither can women.
How does a woman?
Yeah, neither can a woman. But like, they're just so insecure.
That they just
women are insecure and they're emotional and they're like they're when they're attached. When they're what is that?
Attached.
When they dependent on. Being with someone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Codependent.
Yeah, there we go. Codependent.
I don't know.
Come here. You got something on your eyelash. It's bothering me.
Okay. Codependent.
Yeah, because they're codependent.
Right.
And females, and like a lot of like men take care of women's financial needs a lot, and so they can't leave.
They feel like they can't because they can't have a job or they don't have money,
or they don't know what to do or where to go.
Yeah, there's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't let yourself get put in that position.
Just don't cheat. You know.
Yes. Also, don't cheat. Both. You know.
Yeah.
Like as a female, especially because. Like we just talked about, if you're a female, don't let yourself get caught in that position. Don't give yourself over in any. Actually, total relationship advice here from the Fresh Show on the podcast. Men and women, never get into a relationship with someone where you're completely dependent on them and you don't have your own shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
No matter what, and a lot goes for women with financial stuff like that. Like if you don't want to work, that's fine. Figure out a backup plan. Always have a plan though, because don't ever get so dependent on someone that you can't leave.
That's good advice.
Need to.
Yep.
So that if someone cheats on you and you know you're not going to be able to ever forget that, you're not like, well, I'm going to just stay here and fucking tough it out because I don't have any other options.
No, you always have an option.
Always have an option, whatever it is. And know that
and even when you don't have an option, you have an option.
Yes,
like
everybody has an option. There's no situation that you can't leave.
Yep.
And
there's resources.
A lot of people feel like that. Like if you're completely broke, you can go to there's plenty of
shelters,
programs that help people out.
Yeah.
Most people have friends. Most people have at least one friend that will help them out.
Exactly.
You know, even if you don't talk to your family. Like I don't talk to my family, but if everything got destroyed right now, you left me, had no money, nothing, I have at least one friend that will help me out for a little while, get back on my feet. Everybody does. That's a positive way to end the podcast.
Yeah. Today's podcast was very informative.
It was fun.
And I felt like informational.
A lot of
information. Which is the same thing.
Yep.
Informative and informational is the same thing.
All about handshaking.
How to handshake, how not to handshake. Who needs to pay the roof bill?
Yeah.
Who
get
doesn't
that
need to
bill
pay the
paid.
roof bill?
Yep.
Someone needs to pay the roof bill.
Somebody pay the roof bill. Also, be very careful if you're out and about texting.
Because you may not have a roof over your head at some point. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry for not having one yesterday, but
Don't say sorry. There's no need to say sorry.
But they were probably looking forward to it. And like, what happened? Where's there? Because we didn't say we're not podcasting today.
I know. We should have said like,
But
hey, we're taking Memorial Day
I feel
off.
like today made up for it.
It did.
It was a podcast and podcast
Together,
all put together in
combined.
one. And it
was fun.
Yeah. So make sure to check it out every single Tuesday on YouTube. The podcast is a YouTube exclusive. And then
Except for this one, which is on iTunes because it's special.
yeah, sometimes it is on iTunes. Every once in a while you do that and you shake it up.
Yeah, I do. I stir things up with my dead fish.
Keeps on his toes. Wednesdays is the Jubal Show. That's on iTunes and YouTube. And then the Fresh Till Death podcast is on Mondays, iTunes, YouTube. Rate, review, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.